2019, and in that residence, the FBI found a safe, correct?
I don't have the catalog of evidence in front of me.
In that residence, the FBI found a safe, correct?
I'll accept your representation.
Okay.
Is Donald Trump on Jeffrey Epstein's client list? Congressman Ted Lieu asked the question directly. No preamble, no buildup, just the question. Kash Patel sat across from him. The FBI Director, the man who has access to every file, every document, every piece of evidence the FBI has on Jeffrey Epstein. And Patel's answer, the index has been released and the index will speak for itself. Not yes, not no, not I can't comment. Not that's classified. The index will speak for itself. That's not an answer. That's a refusal to answer. And before Patel gave that non-answer, Lieu had already exposed something else. The FBI apparently never interviewed Michael Wolff, an author who has 100 hours of recorded conversations with Jeffrey Epstein. Watch this video until the end, because what Ted Lieu did today wasn't theater. It was a systematic breakdown of how the FBI's Epstein investigation is either incompetent or deliberately incomplete. If you're new here, subscribe right now and turn on notifications, because this former military prosecutor just exposed the FBI director's pattern of, I don't know, on the biggest case in America. Let me tell you who Ted Lieu is, because understanding his background makes what happened in this hearing even more significant. Lieu wasn't always a congressman. He graduated from Stanford with degrees in computer science and political science, then Georgetown Law. Then he joined the Air Force as a JAG officer, a judge advocate general. That means he was a military lawyer. He prosecuted cases. He defended service members. He dealt with everything from minor infractions to serious crimes, court-martials, investigations, legal reviews. For years, Lieu operated in a system where evasive answers don't fly, where I don't know isn't acceptable when you're the one responsible for knowing, where deflection gets called out immediately. After his active duty service, Lieu stayed in the Air Force Reserves, eventually reaching the rank of colonel before retiring in 2021. Now he sits on the House Judiciary Committee, which oversees the FBI. Lieu is known for being direct. He doesn't do the theatrical grandstanding some members of Congress love. He asks specific questions, he quotes exact sources, he holds up documents, and he doesn't move on until he gets an answer. That's the person Kash Patel was facing today. Not a politician looking for a soundbite. A former military lawyer who knows how investigations are supposed to work. LSE started with the foundation. Each of the basic facts everyone needs to understand. The FBI searched Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan residence. Correct. Patel confirmed. It happened in 2019. Actually, 2 locations, Patel noted. Lieu pressed forward. And in that residence, the FBI found a safe. Correct. Patel hesitated. I don't have the catalog of evidence in front of me. Notice that response. The FBI director doesn't have the evidence catalog in front of him for one of the most high-profile cases in recent American history. Lieu repeated the question. In that residence, the FBI found a safe. Correct. Patel relented. I'll accept your representation. Not yes. Not a confirmation based on his own knowledge. I'll accept your representation. As if Lieu, the congressman, knows more about the FBI's own investigation than the FBI director does. Then Lieu asked about what was in the safe. And in that safe, the FBI found inappropriate photographs. Correct? Again, Patel, I'll accept your representation. I don't know. Lieu thanked him, then made a point. It was all over the media at the time. He cited the New York Times, July 8, 2019. The article disclosed that inappropriate photographs were discovered in a safe inside Epstein's Manhattan mansion. This wasn't obscure information. This was public record, front-page news. And the FBI director claimed he didn't know. I need to stop here. If you've made it this far, please like this video. I'm serious because what Lieu is about to expose, that the FBI apparently never interviewed a key witness with 100 hours of Epstein recordings, is stunning. And leave your thoughts in the comments. How does the FBI director not know what's in the evidence catalog of the Epstein investigation? I'm very curious about your thoughts. Lieu had established the foundation. The safe existed. The photos existed. The FBI found them. Now came the next layer. Lieu introduced a new element. Author Michael Wolff. Wolff had conducted numerous interviews with Jeffrey Epstein. And according to Wolff, Epstein showed him what was in that safe. Lieu played a video clip of Wolff describing what Epstein claimed was in the safe. And then Lieu revealed something extraordinary. The FBI apparently never talked to Michael Wolff. Think about that for a second. An author who interviewed Jeffrey Epstein extensively, who claims Epstein showed him evidence, who has hours of recorded conversations, and the FBI, investigating one of the most high-profile criminal cases in recent history, never bothered to interview him. Lieu asked Patel directly, "Have you asked to talk to Michael Wolff?" Patel deflected. "You raise a great point, not an answer. A deflection disguised as agreement." Lieu pressed, "Has the FBI interviewed Michael Wolff?" Patel, "I'm not saying they haven't. I just don't know." There it is. I don't know. The FBI director doesn't know if his own agency interviewed a key witness. Lieu continued, "Has the FBI subpoenaed the tapes that Michael Wolff has conducted of Jeffrey Epstein?" Patel, "I don't know. Again, I don't know. 100 hours of Jeffrey Epstein on tape, and the FBI director doesn't know if his agency has even tried to get them." Now, Lieu shifted to the most explosive territory, the connection between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Lieu stated the obvious. As you know, Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were friends. There are, of course, photos showing Donald Trump together with Epstein. Correct. Patel acknowledged it carefully. I don't have the entirety of the photographs, but I think they've been photographed in public together. Then Lieu asked the question that mattered. Are there any compromising photos showing Donald Trump? Patel's answer was immediate. No. Lieu stopped him. How do you know that? And here's where Patel's logic fell apart, because that information would have been brought to light by multiple administrations and FBI investigators over the course of the last 20 years. Think about that reasoning. Patel is certain no such photos exist, because if they did, someone would have leaked them by now. That's not an investigation. That's an assumption. Lieu destroyed that logic with one example. You know what? And that's just not true, because no one knew about the birthday message that Donald Trump wrote to Jeffrey Epstein until the Wall Street Journal disclosed it. And then all of a sudden, the Epstein estate provides it to Congress. Let that sink in. There was a birthday message from Trump to Epstein. The FBI had the Epstein files. But they didn't have that message. The Wall Street Journal found it, published it. Then the Epstein estate provided it to Congress. The FBI, with all its resources, with its complete investigation, didn't have it. So Patel's claim that everything would have been brought to light was demonstrably false. Things hadn't been brought to light. Critical evidence was missing, and Patel's certainty that no photos exist was based on nothing but assumptions. Lieu pressed further on the Epstein estate. Wouldn't it be great if the FBI subpoenaed the estate of Jeffrey Epstein for all that information? Patel's response revealed everything about how he sees the FBI's authority. The estate is under no obligation to provide that material, even pursuant to a subpoena. Lieu couldn't believe what he just heard. That's just false. Then came the line that defined this entire exchange. You're the freaking FBI. You can subpoena the information from the estate, and you better do that. The frustration was audible, not theatrical anger. Real frustration because Patel was claiming the FBI is powerless to get evidence from a private estate. Patel tried to maintain his position. That's literally not how it works. But Lieu had already made his point. The FBI can subpoena phone records, bank records, emails, documents from corporations, from individuals, from foreign entities. But Patel was claiming they can't get information from Jeffrey Epstein's estate. That defied logic, and it raised an obvious question. If the FBI wanted that information, they could get it. So why haven't they? Is it because they don't want it, or because they're protecting what's in it? Lieu moved to his final series of questions. The client list, the index of names, the people allegedly connected to Jeffrey Epstein's activities. This list has been the subject of speculation, conspiracy theories, FOIA requests, and congressional demands for years. Patel had confirmed earlier in other hearings that it exists. Attorney General Pam Bondi confirmed it exists. So Lieu asked specific questions. Is Prince Andrew on Epstein's client list? Patel deflected. The material related to Prince Andrew has been made public. Not a yes, not a no, a deflection. Lieu rephrased. Is Prince Andrew on the client list? Patel deflected again. We have released the index of names that were in Jeffrey Epstein's files. Still not answering. The index was released. Fine. But is Prince Andrew on it? Yes or no? Patel wouldn't say. Then Lieu asked the question that mattered most. Is Donald Trump on Epstein's client list? Watch Patel's response carefully. The index has been released, and the index will speak for itself. Not yes, not no. The index will speak for itself. That's a non-answer. A deliberate, calculated non-answer. If the answer was no, Patel could say no. If Trump's name isn't on the list, that's an easy answer. Just say it. But he didn't. He said the index will speak for itself. Let's stop and analyze what just happened, because this wasn't just evasive testimony. This was a pattern. A clear, undeniable pattern of the FBI director claiming ignorance about his own agency's highest profile case. Patel didn't know if the FBI interviewed Michael Wolff. He didn't know if they subpoenaed Wolff's tapes. He didn't personally review the evidence catalog from Epstein's residence. He claimed certainty that no compromising photos exist. But his certainty was based on assumptions, not evidence. And those assumptions were proven wrong when the birthday message surfaced. He claimed the FBI can't subpoena the Epstein estate, which is either ignorance of FBI authority or a deliberate misrepresentation. And he refused point-blank to answer whether Donald Trump is on Epstein's client list. Ted Lieu exposed Kash Patel today. Not with conspiracy theories, with simple questions that should have simple answers. Make question 1. Has the FBI interviewed Michael Wolff? Patel, I don't know. Question 2. Has the FBI subpoenaed Wolff's 100 hours of Epstein tapes? Patel, I don't know. Question 3. Are there compromising photos of Trump? Patel, no, because they would have been leaked by now. Lieu, Trump's birthday message wasn't in FBI files until WSJ found it. Question 4. Can the FBI subpoena Epstein's estate? Patel, the estate is under no obligation. Lieu, you're the freaking FBI. Question 5. Is Donald Trump on Epstein's client list? Patel, the index will speak for itself. Ted Lieu, the former Air Force JAG officer, exposed the FBI director's pattern today. I don't know if FBI interviewed key witness. I don't know if FBI subpoenaed 100 hours of Epstein tapes. I don't have the evidence catalog in front of me. The estate is under no obligation to provide material. The index will speak for itself. If you have watched the video, please share it. This is an FBI director who doesn't know basic facts about the Epstein investigation or refuses to say. Subscribe. I'll analyze what the index will speak for itself really means, and why Patel won't answer a simple yes or no question. 5 questions, 5 non-answers. Has the FBI interviewed Michael Wolff? I don't know. Has the FBI subpoenaed Wolff's tapes? I don't know. Can the FBI subpoena Epstein's estate? The estate is under no obligation. Are there compromising photos of Trump? No, because they would have leaked. Is Trump on Epstein's client list? The index will speak for itself. Either the FBI director doesn't know basic facts about his own investigation, or he knows and won't say. Either way, that's a problem, because the American people deserve direct answers, not deflections, not the index will speak for itself, and as long as Kash Patel refuses to provide those answers, the questions will keep coming from Ted Lieu, from other members of Congress, and from the American people who refuse to accept that the truth about Jeffrey Epstein will remain buried forever.